Today, we start with a powerful TikTok video where someone shares their journey of reaching nearly 600 pounds due to food addiction and what it took to reach their rock bottom. Let's break down the story with some humor and facts.
How did you get to that weight? Why didn't you stop? Respectfully, I'm just curious. Respectively, let's talk about it. I got to nearly 600 pounds. My heaviest weight was 598.2. And I got to that weight because I have an addiction to food. And I was self-medicating with food.
Self-medicating with food because Ben Jerry's is the most reliable therapist, right? A tub of ice cream feels like a warm hug, right?
And I didn't stop because I didn't hit my rock bottom.
Rock bottom, where the ground is made of leftover pizza crusts and unfulfilled New Year's resolutions.
Many things took place in my life, and I've talked about many different chapters and events and circumstances where a lot of people are getting flustered that they don't understand how that wasn't enough.
Like reading a mystery novel where the plot twists just keep you guessing.
And everyone's rock bottom is different. Needing to buy aids so I can bathe and wipe my ass wasn't rock bottom for me.
When your shopping list includes toilet aids, you know things have gone off the rails. But hey, rock bottom is a personal journey.
My kids coming up to me and watching me heavily breathe while just sitting down and telling me to take a deep breath and asking if I'm okay wasn't enough for me.
That's just selfish. When your kids are your personal breath monitors, it's a sign that things need to change, unless they're just really interested in becoming doctors.
Going to a local park for a friend's birthday party and not being able to walk from where I parked the car to the party inside the park with my kids, having to stop halfway and having another mom come get my kids and walk them the rest of the way to the party so that I could join them when I was ready was not my rock bottom.
So irresponsible. Since anyone knows that mobility issues are a common consequence of severe obesity.
Outgrowing my vehicle was not my rock bottom. Needing my kids to take care of me and help me do chores around the house and daily living skills was not my rock bottom.
Having your kids as your personal assistants? Not exactly the dream family dynamic.
My rock bottom happened on December 22nd.
Sounds like an unwanted holiday surprise. Merry Christmas. Your rock bottom is here.
22nd, 2023. I was 598 pounds. I was driving in a vehicle that I did not fit in. The steering wheel was digging so deep into my stomach that it was irritating an old C-section scar, and it got infected.
When your car starts acting like a medieval torture device, it's definitely time for a change.
December 22nd, I thought I was going to die. My body shut down. I had lost all control of movement. I was in a constant shake, sweating, chills, and I finally went to the hospital. And I had sepsis and cellulitis and was days away from going septic.
When a hospital visit becomes your Christmas vacation, it's time to rethink those life choices.
I spent Christmas last year, in the hospital alone. I was in the hospital for nearly a week, fighting this infection, fighting for my chance to live. And that was my rock bottom.
Spending Christmas in a hospital bed is definitely not what anyone wants on their holiday wish list.
While we're doing this, I am prepping breakfast for the next 3 days. So I'm going to measure out all my ingredients that I need for breakfast, and then I'll take you guys over to the stove in a different video.
You are going to measure leaves again, right?
So I'm going to start with 20 grams of spinach in each.
That translates to 4.5 calories. Are 4 calories making a difference? Are you okay?
So I'm very fat. I got very fat. And it was all my doing. I am a grown adult. I am a grown woman. Nobody in my life forced me to eat. I made the decision to eat the way I was eating.
Personal accountability is crucial in overcoming food addiction. The American Psychological Association notes that recognizing one's role in their health choices is the first step toward making positive changes. Let's take a little break from this video and shake some fat. We'll continue shortly.
For the plus sizes, for the plus sizes, for the plus sizes. They said big bag bitch get to the bag. They said big bag bitch you want a snack. Well this big bag bitch she got the stack. So put big bag bitch clothes on the rack. Ooh, on the macaroni. Move and shake it for me. Ooh, we shaking and quaking. The brands are phony. Ooh, the brands are phony. Ooh, they need a Tony. They need a Emmy, Oscar, Grammy, cause the shit's baloney. The way to be.
Let's get back to the video.
Did I have support? Did I have encouragement to eat the way I was eating? I did. My addiction, my food addiction, brought me to a community where gorging yourself, overstuffing yourself, feeding yourself until uncomfortability was encouraged.
Yes, the support group from hell, where the only requirement is to bring a bigger fork.
These people in this community wanted me to get immobile, and I felt accepted and loved and wanted, so I was willing to do that, and I began actively gaining.
When acceptance means needing a forklift to get around, it's time to find a new community.
I got to 598 pounds because I wanted to. I wanted to be the biggest woman, the most pretty, attractive, fat girl that you've ever done see.
Aiming to be a Guinness World Record isn't always the best life goal, especially if it involves breaking scales. And how is fat beautiful? Wanting to be the most attractive fat girl is like aiming for the gold medal in a competition no one should enter.
And I actively was gaining weight. I gained 100 pounds in 2023. And that was my priority. My priority was getting, I forgot to tear after that one. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. I knew where I was headed and I wanted to be there. I was eating fast food multiple times a day, multiple fast food places, the same meal. I was eating out a lot, Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber Eats.
Fast food 3 times a day? You were living the dream, or maybe more like a nightmare in disguise.
And all of it was being paid for by people in that community that were encouraging me to gain weight. And so like that gets a lot of people questioning, like, how did you afford to eat the way you were eating and get yourself to nearly 600 pounds?
Well, when your food budget rivals a small country's GDP, questions are bound to arise.
I had people that wanted me to be immobile more than anything and would empty their bank accounts to get me there.
There are sick people in this world, yes. But if my viewers are nothing but self-accountable realists, I would delete my channel.
And I was dying. I was slowly dying. I could not walk from my car into my house without having to sit down. I live on a 2-floor apartment. My bedroom and bathroom are both upstairs. And I can't tell you how many times I have walked up those stairs and either go straight to the bathroom to sit down on the toilet or straight into my bedroom to sit down on my bed and panic because I thought in that moment I was going to die.
When climbing stairs feels like scaling Mount Everest.
And it happened on a regular basis. I couldn't catch my breath and it was only getting worse. And that wasn't enough. I remember I would climb up the stairs, go right into the bathroom to sit down, and like I would have to take off clothing because it would feel too close to my neck. I have some dresses that have like a higher neckline, and I'd have to like rip them off my body because I couldn't breathe, and I didn't want anything like around my throat or my neck. And I was in a constant panic 24/7 that my breath would be my last and final one. And that wasn't enough.
So your clothes are suffocating you more than your life choices. Got it.
I knew the reality that my kids would have to bury me someday, sooner than later, at 6 and 9 years old, and that wasn't enough to stop.
Selfish. So selfish. And what should they write on your tombstone? Death by donuts?
I'm grateful that I finally hit rock bottom. I am grateful that I have the supports in my life to help me reach my goals now.
Sometimes rock bottom is the solid foundation you need to build a healthier you, literally rock solid motivation.
The people that were once encouraging me to be immobile, I'm no longer in that community. I have removed myself completely. I have even gone so far as to changing my phone number, so I can no longer get in contact by these people. Because even after I left the community, people were still cash apping me and PayPaling me with messages to use it for food. And they hope I'm still being a feedie. They hope I'm doing well. They hope I'm still eating.
Continued negative influence from past associations can hinder progress.
But leaving that community was the best thing that I've done in this journey so far. And the people that I have in my life, here on the internet, in my real life, at work, family, friends, I'm doing this. I am down over 60 pounds from my heaviest weight.
Keep it up. But don't create another eating disorder by measuring leaves.
2 weeks from tomorrow, I start pre-op for my weight loss surgery, which is happening on April 22nd.
Countdown to transformation. It's like preparing for the Oscars, but the red carpet is a hospital hallway.
I know I've been distracted, so I'm gonna do 58 grams of onions in each one, 58 grams of peppers in each one. I'm going to do 117 grams of cottage cheese in each one.
58 and 117? Where are these numbers from? From a chaotic food addiction to a perfectly measured meal?
And then 3 ounces of this pre-cooked chicken in each one. And then I'll bring it over to the stove. I will add 2 eggs, a serving of egg whites, cook it all up, put them each in their container, let them cool down, throw them in the fridge, and then I'll have breakfast for the next 3 days. So I'm gonna do this, and I will catch you guys at the stove in a next video.
To wrap things up, this candid story highlights the severe consequences of food addiction and the journey to finding one's rock bottom. Recognizing these personal struggles is essential for making positive changes and striving for a healthier life. It's never too late to turn things around.
Fat activism,
fat liberation,
promoting obesity,
anti-fatness,
fat bad, unhealthy,
my body, okay, body diversity, or fat phobia,
fat acceptance.
This is your reminder that even if you're built like a Shar-Pei puppy, like me, I want to see you in bikinis this year because you look hot as hell. And I would know that because I make the rules. So.
Making your own rules about beauty is like being the queen of your own fabulous kingdom. Crown yourself.
I'm built more like an AirPod, but I'll wear it, I guess.
Our next video is of Marissa addressing a comment she received, calling it an example of fat phobia.
Hi there everyone, I'm going to take a moment for this ignorant person's comment to educate people on what an example of fat phobia is. And this is it.
Starting off strong with a call-out. It's like setting the stage for a heavyweight debate.
This person knows nothing about me. They know nothing about me. But here they are, assuming that they know about me. It's like they have cameras in my fucking house.
If someone actually had cameras in your house, they'd probably just see a lot of Netflix and snacks, just like the rest of us.
They're assuming that they know exactly what I eat every single day, that I must be overeating because I'm this fat. And guess what? That's an example of fat phobia. Your stereotypes of fat people, your unrealistic stereotypes of fat people, are clouding your judgment, and your biased stereotypes are making you come to this conclusion. This is not based in fact because you don't actually know about anything that I eat. Also, you're wrong. Yes, fatness is genetic, so that's another thing that you're uneducated about and ignorant about.
Blaming genetics for your weight? That's like saying you inherited your love for pizza. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't.
So I hope you all learned that this is an example of what fat phobia is, so that you should not do it to other people. Thank you so much.
While it's important to avoid making hurtful assumptions, it's also vital to have honest discussions about health. Addressing obesity-related health risks isn't about stigmatizing individuals. It's about promoting overall well-being and encouraging healthy lifestyles.